Hey folks, Dave here, and welcome back to my Let's Build project here in Fallout 4 at Thicket Excavations. I'm picking up where I left off last week for the most part. As you guys can see, I've been building some bunker structures along the cliffside, but I'm planning some updates to my creation kit work from last week. You guys had a good point that these supporting cables are not taut enough to support all that weight. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten those cables up in the creation kit and really make it look like this platform is really tightly suspended. But I am going to leave the slight slackness in the bridge cabling out here just because I think that makes a lot of sense, how I have these anchors set up over here. Because these towers, these cranes are supporting the main structure, but this bridge is just kind of floating on these two cables you guys can see underneath right there. So it's just kind of hanging there. I think that slight bit of bend to it actually makes it look really good, but that lack of tension in those main lines does not make sense. And I'll probably add, if I'm tightening those lines up, a couple more cranes to really sell the illusion that it's locked into place. But we're not in the creation kit for now. I'm actually in game once again because I have some good news. I've been working hard for the last week or two to deal with a couple of crashes that I've been struggling with, where I'll work for a half an hour here in the workshop, go to quick save, and the game will just crash to desktop. So I've been cleaning up my mod list, and I installed the unofficial Fallout 4 patch to clean up some of the rogue workshop scripts, and I think the game is more stable now. It's been working quite well, and I've been able to get a good bit of work done on a secret build that I'm working on for a surprise tour, hopefully in the next couple weeks. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's why we're back in game this week. I've also been gathering a lot of weapons from my other settlements that are going to be a part of what we're working on tonight. As you guys can see, I've got tons of security batons, some baseball bats, some M14s, snub-nosed pistol, and a lot of combat shotguns. That's because here at the main gate to my massive, as you guys called it, my penal colony, massive Minutemen prison, this is going to be the Riot armory. We're going to have a whole bunch of guards armed with lethal weapons, of course, but for kind of the front row fighters, if we have to wade into the society of prisoners that's going to be living down here, I really like the idea of a non-lethal focused armory. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this pump structure right here as the basis for that armory. And because I am working quite a bit on that secret build, it's just going to be a small bit of building for this week. Let's go ahead and dive in. I've already made some rough plans for this. I want to use some of these warehouse pieces with this nice rusted corrugated metal as the outer walls. Now, as you guys can see, it doesn't quite fit, so I'm going to use Place Everywhere to clip it into the terrain just a bit. I just think that looks quite good. I'm going to turn snapping off here for a minute. See if I can find a second good piece to use. This one actually has a hole in the bottom there that works great for letting that pumping hose go through. Look at that. Almost like it was made for it, right? Just bring it out a little bit like that. That'll leave just this corner section, and I think I've got, yeah, some small pieces like this that I can use to just, without snapping turned on, or maybe actually with snapping, either way, we can, yeah, that looks pretty good with snapping. We can fill that gap in and make it look pretty natural. A little bit leaky, possibly, but I like the scrappy look of that window. I think maybe we'll put some bars over it too. Let's look at the, where is it? I think it's under Homemaker. We've got some security fencing that would work well for sealing that up. Yeah, fences. Chain link, possibly? No, maybe just the prison bar style. Just something to seal that window up a bit more is what I'm looking for. I might just go with the chain link, actually, guys. Not really feeling any of the security fences as an addition. I'm not too worried about, you know, air leaking in this structure because it's just where the weapons are going to be stored and maybe, you know, one guard with a fire barrel or something inside. We'll see. But while we're here under Homemaker, let's clean up some of this trash too. While we're here in Homemaker, I'm going to grab a section of this security fencing because I think this would make a really cool, I guess, central wall for us to hang our weapons off of. Hard part's going to be getting it square. Let's go over to Snap and Build, and I think I'll place down a reference. Just so I can figure out how to make this thing square. I'll just use this roof section. Here we go. I can actually use the texture here on the corrugated metal to figure out how to align this piece. Pretty helpful, right? That's almost square. And we're not clipping into the light, so that looks good. Yeah, I might put like a guard's desk back in this corner. But while we're in Snap and Build, let's go over to walls. No. Doorways. There we go. Snap and Build, which just recently got re-released. I'll turn snapping off, ironically. Has this really cool doorway section, which is super useful for doing stuff like this. With place everywhere, I can turn snapping off. I can build my own off-center doorway with it. There we go. Because it has these cool doorway caps, if you turn snapping back on, that makes a nice, natural-looking doorway. It's just a little bit of clipping right there at the top, but that's okay. I think that's a sufficiently junky-looking structure. I'm still thinking that this brick structure that we placed in episode 1 is going to be the actual guard barracks. That'll be a bit nicer, but this is, you know, down here right next to the prison entrance. It's supposed to be pretty crappy. Okay. We need a power source, don't we? Got my compact backup generator, but I think even that's too big for in here. I think we're going to have a central power location, guys. In the meantime, perhaps I can jump my way up here to the bunker that I laid out and just place one of the backup generators in here. Although this is probably big enough for an actual power source, which would make a lot of sense. It's very well protected. Yeah. A slightly tight fit. But I kind of like that. Now, I'm going to be a bit nervous here, guys. I still don't quite trust the stability of the game. Let's do a save. Okay, and we're good. I can't tell you guys how frustrating it's been this month trying to work on this build and a couple of other ones that you guys previewed back in December, like Outpost of Monja. and my secret build, trying to work on all those at once with a game that crashes like every 4th time I try to save. It's awesome that it's getting stable again. I was getting worried there for a while. Okay, back into workshop mode. I think this settlement might be a cool opportunity to use the more traditional metal power pylons, which I don't generally use a whole lot of. I like using my telephone poles, but I think this settlement really does kind of fit to have these metal ones. It just feels like a larger construction like this would have something more permanent than just these wooden telephone poles that I usually use. Oh, I forgot to open this shutter. Here, I'll move it for a minute. We do have the issue of trying to get these conduits out of this bunker. It's almost too secure, right? Well, I guess a power line can have its own little conduit right through the wall, so I'll just use place everywhere to, oh, not do that, to link these two conduits, and then I'll just clip this one right through to the outside. Because again, it's just a power line. You could definitely just have it go right through the wall. So one power line there. I might use a small power pylon here as our relay. This could look messy though, so I might come back and adjust how these hanging power lines look later on. Anyway, the overall goal was to get this one right here with strong wireless down here. Okay. A little bit of lag there, which makes me nervous. Electricity is one of the heavy hitters for frame rates in this game. Oh yeah, I installed some new devices. Got all kinds of switches and... oh, circuit breakers. How cool is that? I gotta look through this real quick, guys. Nighttime switch. Transmits power during nighttime. Oh, you could create an array of lights that only goes on at night. It's too bad that I can't hook those spotlights up to that switch. That'd be really cool. Can be configured by connecting your Pip-Boy. That is awesome. Creates power for a few seconds when pressed. Normal generator. What cool ideas here. Traps? Bathroom scale trap? Oh man. Weak plank. Breaks when stepped on by an enemy. That is just fantastic. This is actually why I wanted to install it though, was for this power lift right here. I believe you can set any depth you want to. So I'm thinking about maybe having a lift that's like right here that goes all the way down to the bottom. Got a crane bridge and all kinds of powered industrial bridges. Yeah, this mod right here, guys, Zabrina's workshop devices, that's going to be, I think, super helpful for this build. Some cool new wooden doors, too. Broken ones. Oh, the hatch can be open and closed separately. That's definitely going to be our armory door right there. Oh, this is awesome. Security door with the nice frame around it for once. The armory door. Locks when powered. Security doors. ID card reader. Wooden gate frame. Oh, it's the large wooden gate. Nice. And some security doorways. And random Mr. Handy decorations. paint mixer, book return machine, pick-me-up station. What was I doing? Right, I was running power. Wow. So now we should be able to go over to Homemaker. I'm going to use one of my wall lights here that actually cast shadows. It's expensive for frame rate, but the armory I think is a definitely cool place to use it. Hard to see the shadows in the daytime, but yeah, it looks pretty good. I think it'll be well worth it once we've filled up the armory full of weapons and decorations. Let's see, display. Weapon racks. I do have a Fat Man. And this is actually a cool place to put it. I'll have the steam pipe going over the weapon rack. Okay. So this is the medium-sized. How many can we fit onto the wall here? Will it even fit on the wall? Okay, this will take some manual adjustment. But all these grates, I think, are going to look really neat. There's a lot of mesh shadows going on there. Alright, come on. Don't snap. Do the same for this side. And snapping back on. And now the small racks. I think we can probably put maybe a few on the back wall here. That wall is not quite straight. Gotta edit those just a bit. I imagine this being a pump is probably not great for rust on these weapons. But this room is just too perfect in its location to not use it for our mostly non-lethal armory. I should probably get more non-lethal weapons, seeing I do have a lot of shotguns and whatnot in here. Okay. Power armor definitely won't fit in here. Don't want any display cases. Yeah, maybe a few armor racks for the Riot armor, which I don't have any of the armor with me today. I'm thinking I'm gonna go get a lot of that DC Diamond City guard armor, the baseball armor, for the Riot armor. We'll have a few of those lined up down through here. What else we got going on? I think we need a little guard desk in the corner. I'm not sure if any actual desks are going to fit. I'm going to store a couple of those because I just saw that shelf, which I think would make a great addition to this room. Will a guard desk fit back here? Oh, it's just a little too big. Only I could select this. Oh, this is all one gigantic piece. So I guess we're going to have to just use a little tiny... oh, emergency first aid. A little tiny table of some kind. I'll have a couple of foot lockers in here as well. Is that sinking into the ground? I can't quite tell. That's definitely floating right there. There we go. I have some stacked up ammo here. That's gonna have to go more this way, I think. Trying to make it feel organized in here, but like a little bit junky, you know, like it's a little bit unorganized, only to a point. Would he be using a filing cabinet as a desk, possibly? Maybe as a table with a radio. That could be cool. So he's just got his chair, the guard, in here with the radio going. I think it's time to put up some weapons, guys. Let's put our door on, too. Another quick save. Successful. Just go ahead and grab all this. Oh, that needs to open the other direction. I'll fix that here shortly. Okay, I think this back wall here is going to be the M14s. I saw that I had a couple of those still. Then out here we're going to have the combat shotguns. I've got a whole bunch of different ones that I grabbed from different inventories. It's our standard combat shotgun. Yes, I know I'm carrying too much and can't run. That's the caravan shotgun. I'll save that for maybe leaning up against the guard's table. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, that one's mine, I think. But I don't really use it, so I'll add it to the list there. And let's see, weapon rack short. I think we can put some of our, let's see, where's our clubs, our police clubs? What are they actually called? Security baton, there we go. That requires a medium, eh? Let's see if that's true. Wow, really? That takes up a medium slot. Alright. Well, in that case, I'm going to swap, and I'm going to put the batons up front. Kind of messes with my design there. It's not going to look as cool with those little tiny batons. It'll do for now, though. I might come back and mess with it. So those are literally just pistol racks, the small one. Let's put one of the shotguns up top. Then 2 more batons. I think most of these guards would already have a bunch of weapons on their person. You'd probably use the armory mainly for running in and grabbing the DC armor, which I need to see if I have any of that out here in one of these boxes. So you run into the armory, grab some DC armor and maybe a non-lethal baton in case you could possibly use that. But then, you know, from there it would be lethal weapons handy as well. Let's go ahead and put a security baton on the back wall here. And Mr. Fat Man, that's probably where all my weight's going. Woo! Yeah, that actually is pretty accessible still. So baton, shotgun. And I don't think I have enough pistols yet. I need to bring some 1911s. I don't know though, what do you guys think? Should we get more of the 44s? That seems kind of prison guard style, right? The shorty 44s? That might be kind of cool. Yeah, I can't put the shotgun on the small hooks, nor the baseball bats. That sucks. Yeah, we'll have to get some pistols. Yeah, so we have a lot of pistol slots left. For now, let me just unload a bunch of this junk. So I can stop toting it around. Yeah, I had 2 legendaries with me. So I think for the guard station, I'm going to take this caravan shotgun. It's a shorty. Shorter, at least. This is a really cool weapon mod. If you guys haven't seen it yet, let me turn my light on so you can see. Classic Fallout weapon. Just looks awesome. Let's put it in the chair here. Check out the engraving and the texture work on the wood. That is awesome. So I'm going to lean that up in this corner. Maybe. There's an invisible wall we're colliding with, I think. So maybe I'll lean it up like this. Nope. I'm sure you guys are loving this. Nothing as entertaining as watching me struggle with the placement system. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna do it like this. And I'm gonna put a cup of coffee there. So that door needs to reverse. Yeah, this is looking good, guys. Let me go see if I can find some DC armor. I thought I had brought a set over, but I guess it's not in this crate. And then I think we're going to add a few more details and call our armory complete. And we're back, although daylight is failing us. I've paused time again. We'll just make use of this cool end-of-day lighting as we wrap things up for working on our security shed. Oh, here we go. You guys can see how the shadows affect the wire mesh. That looks awesome. I did find some DC armor that I had put aside for the main quest from guards who had died, as well as some vault armor, but I haven't found any more 44 pistols in my storage yet, so I'll have to do some digging. I know I've got some out there somewhere, but for now, let's do Probably vault guard armor on this guy. What's it actually called? Is it sort by weight, maybe? Well, that's not super helpful. There's the DC guard armor, but where's our vault armor? I thought I had some. Make sure it's equipped. We'll come back to that vault armor. Don't have a bunch of complete sets yet, but it's a good start. That looks just awesome right there. Perfect. Wish I had more of this stuff, but I think it only drops usually when a guard dies. Don't really feel like murdering a bunch of guards who are, if not the good guys, you know, close enough to the good guys, just for their armor. There we go. Lightweight Vault Tech security armor. I knew it was in there somewhere. That Long John outfit does not quite fit. The Merc gear looks pretty cool though. On top. Park Ranger hat, that's mine. Just trying to find some pants to put in this guy. That's pretty cool looking. A few minor clipping issues, but he's got that armor padding, the vault helmet, some solid boots and pants. And these guys would basically just have the extra armor that you wear on top, which you would grab off the rack. This is kind of the heavy soldier, if you will. Well, without any more pistols to place, let's go on into the workshop. Maybe put a sign out front and a light on the outside. Add a few more micro details, and we're going to call this little security shed complete, guys. A very fun addition to the build. I think it fits in great. Fantastic ideas from you guys. Ooh, look at that light with the shadows coming out of the crack in the ceiling. That looks cool. Okay, into the workshop. First things first, let's fix our door. Question is, will it let us snap to the other side? Some doors don't. I love this door too much not to use it, so might just have to, yeah, let it be. Yeah, we'll put his chair there. That's fine. Do we want to put any floor mats down? Maybe just a couple of these single tiles. There's tight quarters in here, guys. Everything's wanting to collide with everything else. Just a few floor mats there. Wall decorations. Posters. I don't have my updated Minutemen morale mod, which, by the way, I am working on updates for that. Where normally I would have my own RangerDave posters under the posters category now, just for easier sorting. My signs category is way out of control. But yeah, I've got my Join or Die poster here. And various other things. No spoilers there. What's a good Minutemen poster for in here? Gotta have just a bit of propaganda, right? No bunting, decorative bunting for this building. It's a more or less all business kind of building. Supposed to look industrial, you know? Is the guns sign too much? That's too much. That's like for a shop, not really for an armory. We'll go with the classic "You call, we answer" poster. Perhaps the order is safety out for the outside. You can tuck it up under the wall right there. That little overhang of metal works well for it. Don't want to fill up this with too much propaganda. I think the armory kind of speaks for itself. I do want to look at creative clutter. I think under perhaps kitchen, there's a coffee cup. If it is in fact creative clutter I'm thinking of. Clean bucket. I don't think that would fit in here because the floor is pretty dirty. Someone has not been using that at all. There it is, the Bar Harbor, Maine coffee cup. Let me get behind the door here. Oh no, where's my shotgun? Must have knocked into it. So we'll do a Bar Harbor coffee cup, his own personal shotgun for the guard, and under light and power, just a single light of some kind. The back here. Nah, that's too bright. I just wasted some copper, didn't I? I did waste some copper. Just a small, subtle candle for the back corner, I think. We'll go with a Nuka-Cola candle. Oh, I am inside of the pumping thing. Okay. All that leaves, I think, guys, is perhaps a light for the outside. And maybe some kind of armory sign. I like this industrial wall light. Made of the pipe. Looks pretty cool. And if the armory sign is enough, I might remove that Minutemen sign for the outside. There's plenty of other places to put it, and it sounds like a rad storm is coming. So I'm going to wrap this up. See, SKE, decorations, vertical signs, health, safety, and law. Let's let that load for a second. Protected, keep out, and that's the railroad sign. Doctor, pharmacy, emergency room. Sheriff's office. Night Watch Captain. That's a cool sign. Walk-in clinic. Nothing that really says armory. Here we go. Labels and directions. Armory. It's kind of big though. Oh, that's my modded sign from Sanctuary, Commonwealth, Provisional Government. Honestly, guys, I kind of like this small armory sign instead. Just a matter of finding the right place to put it. If we do it like this, I just don't get why that text is left aligned. This does not line up with anything. Yeah, the alignment of that text being on the left like that really annoys me. There we go. Oop, well, I stored the light by accident. You can just place the white text, which means I can resize it as well. Great. Where did my light go? There is our armory, guys. The perfect solution for dealing with rebellious prisoners in your massive quarry prison. All it needs now is a few more weapons and it'll be good to go. Why am I naked? That is quite the bulge going on there. I think General Dave is enjoying this build. Did I accidentally put my outfit on one of the modeling dummies? I bet I did. Well, that's quite the ending, but that's going to be it for tonight. Hope you guys have enjoyed what was supposed to be a mini build of the emergency armory here, and I guess it's more of like the Riot armory. But as usual, it took longer than expected because I had way too much fun with it. For now, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.